thank you for joining us for our virtual Beaver Area High School National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are all here to celebrate and honor our newest members of the Fort McIntosh chapter. Each of these students has excelled in the 4 tenets of the chapter, including scholarship, leadership, service, and character. After meeting the initial academic criteria, these students entered a rigorous process designed to recognize the whole body of work of students that is demonstrated of all of our NHS members. Our current members have grown to exemplify student leadership. They represent our student body as scholars, as athletes, musicians, artists, and performers, who are all servants, positive influencers, and models for our future generations. Current members, I thank you for setting a high standard for the new inductees and the rest of our student body. To the new inductees, congratulations. You have been commended for your persistent work ethic, consistent service, and honorable character by our professional teaching staff. You will be joining the highest regarded Beaver High School students who have been recognized since 1937. I also want to recognize and thank all of you who are able to join us in celebrating this evening. Parents, guardians, family, friends, and fellow educators for your influence in the lives of these students. Together, you have instilled the values of self-discipline, determination, humility, empathy, and passion. Your demonstrated examples of these virtues and continued support have empowered these students to grow into the young adults we honor tonight. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the president of our Fort McIntosh NHS chapter, Mina Barak.
Dr. Murray, Ms. Coleman, Mrs. Graham, members of the faculty, parents, and students. Welcome to the 2020 Fort McIntosh Chapter National Honor Society induction ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of the NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you too are charged with maintaining as members of the nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program.
Our chapter is proud to have been inducting new members since 1936, and today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which establish the eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community through many activities, including the backpack program. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy in support of our continuing work as NHS members.
It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance the membership in the Fort McIntosh chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We begin with scholarship.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. As Mortimer Adler said, the purpose of learning is growth, and our minds, unlike our bodies, can continue growing as long as we live.
Service.
Service can be established through the routine of a day's work, where many opportunities to help others arise, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or public recognition. It is the quality we seek in our membership and promote throughout our entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will move forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. In the words of John Quincy Adams, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader.
Character.
Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. One of my favorite quotes about character is, "The truth of your character is expressed through the choice of your actions."
Please welcome Mr. Dane Schlenke, delivering tonight's keynote titled, "You Can't Always Get What You Want."
With it being December, we are in the midst of a season as anticipated and celebrated as any other throughout the entire year. And while I could be speaking of Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, or any of the other cherished events during the month, alas, I am referring to the marathon of Hallmark holiday movies. I'm sure you've seen some. Regrettably, I have seen far too many than I'd like to admit. And honestly, if you've seen one, rest assured you can guess how the rest end. The scripts are predictable. Whether it's a workaholic corporate executive falling for the small-town candlemaker in an eye-rolling meet cute, or the local bookshop that's saved from financial ruin due to the surprising last-minute donation by the miserly moneybags, by the end of the movie, the trouble has been averted and everything has worked out to perfection for all the B-list actors, just in time for the next movie to start. In Hollywood, things tend to work out pretty neatly for the cast by the end. In real life, however, you can't always get what you want. When I think of this group, I recognize many accomplished individuals. New and current members of the National Honor Society, success comes naturally to most of you. An achievement is almost second nature. You have gained acceptance to this prestigious group through hard work, intelligence, and tenacity. For this, you should be commended. Perhaps you feel as if everything you want is within your grasp, that the world is your oyster and all of your goals will be attained. But this seemingly fail-safe mindset can be risky. Getting what you want can become the only acceptable outcome from a scenario. Achieving your dreams seems so natural and expected that success itself becomes the prize. And putting so much emphasis on getting what you want will inevitably cause disappointment or heartbreak when things don't work out as you would like. The good feeling of achieving a goal is satisfying, but what happens when you fall short? What happens when your goal isn't met, or struggles prevent your success, or what you are hoping for isn't realized? To assume to always get what you want is a troubling expectation. Throughout your life, you will face hardships, setbacks, and failures. The wizard of wit, Winston Churchill, said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." No stranger to setback and difficulty, Churchill was ignominiously removed from the British government for his blunders during World War I, only to gain the premiership 2 decades later and steer his nation successfully through the dark days of the Battle of Britain and World War II. When you don't meet your goal or attain your sought-after prize, you have 2 options: concede defeat and wither, or rise to the challenge and keep working. Had Churchill, sulking and embittered, retired from politics after his disappointments in the 19-teens, his nation might have fared far differently during its hour of need in the early 1940s. In this group, there will be future politicians, scientists, artists, and myriad other accomplished professionals. However, none of you will accomplish these laudable goals without facing setbacks. Dealing with failure in a way that forces you to keep working is the best way to move forward. Therefore, learning that you can't always get what you want is key to reaching your ultimate destination. As Churchill said, failure is not fatal. But let me add that failure is not fatal unless you give up. Your dreams and goals for your life now may shift and change. Some you may abandon. But the way to be truly successful is to keep working. Ultimately, you are the only one who can shape your life to achieve your intended outcome. Knowing this is powerful. When you don't get what you want, or you face a setback, or even fail, you have the power to keep going. You can adjust, regroup, and realign to succeed in a different way. You don't need a Hollywood scriptwriter to tie your life up in a neat little bow. Through your own perseverance and hard work, getting what you want is within your own grasp. The courage to continue is within each of you. Thank you and congratulations.
This time, will the new inductees please repeat the pledge after me? I pledge myself always to seek the light of truth, to hold scholarly habits, to engage in worthy service, and to lead forward in all things that shall advance the welfare of the school.
I pledge myself.
I pledge myself.
Pledge myself.
I pledge myself. I pledge myself.
Always to seek the light of truth.
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 To hold scholarly habits.
To hold scholarly habits.
To hold scholarly habits.
To hold scholarly habits.
To engage in worthy service.
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 And to lead forward in all things.
Lead forward in all things.
And to lead forward in all things.
And to lead forward in all things.
That shall advance the welfare of the school.
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 And now please welcome our principal, Dr. Murray, who will offer congratulatory remarks to the new members.
Congratulations to all of our new inductees. We know that these last few months have been so difficult for all of our students. We admire and honor each of you for persisting through these hard times and still maintaining a strong focus on the 4 tenets. Before concluding, I do want to offer thanks to those who have worked tirelessly to make this whole induction process happen this evening. Thank you, Mrs. Graham and Ms. Coleman, for your efforts as our new NHS advisors. You have been incredible advocates for our members and have allowed for a seamless transition of sponsors. Thank you both for coordinating all of the details for tonight's ceremony. Thank you to our NHS officers, Mina, Ryan, Grace, Jeffrey, Isabella, and Sydney. In closing, again, I congratulate our new members and their families. I look forward to the possibility of seeing you and your families in the spring to celebrate your book signing. Have a good evening.
Thank you all for attending our NHS induction ceremony. Please join me once again in applauding all of our new Honor Society members. Thank you, and now please welcome our newest members of the National Honor Society.
Rebecca Miser, Madison Flaw, Braden Hansen, Kylie Hackzilla, Elizabeth Dakinay, Madison Wieland, Kate Verone, Jaslyn Yansens, Isabel Rubino, Fiona Rubino, Emma Schaller, Anastasia Ray, Joshua Hill, Kariki Morris, Connor Stewart, Anna Jaworski, Ashley Applegarth, Aaron Bell, Blair Phillips, Noah Stout, Haley Goatman, David Newman, Nicole Turkula, Christoph Pertel, Allison Petrosky, Ryan Kinney.